Nas, too real. Nas, true.
How can the Wizards not be confident when they look as good as that? Here they were, headed to the locker room earlier on. It's the NBA brought to you by 2K Sports on this very special Easter Sunday. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline. Here's the starting group for Houston. Green is out there with the great, and it's Smith. Then there's Kevin Porter, and it's Garuba in at the 5 spot. And for Washington, Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Avdija. Then there's Bradley Beal. Then it's DeLon Wright, and it's Kispert in at the small forward. The last game of the season is always surrounded with a lot of hope. Playoff hopes for most teams, and Greg, hopes for the future for the others.
In one way or another, every player is happy to reach this point, either so they can finally get their playoff run started or so they can get their well-deserved rest in the offseason.
And so it's the Wizards getting on the board first. Here's the great. And the layup is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And that's what a coach loves to see in a close game. Just put your head down and make something happen.
So timeout called here, the first for the Wizards. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Rockets. That one was played down in Houston.
Yeah, I mean, their execution at times was flawless, but they also made some mistakes that ultimately did them in.
And, you know, it's never easy trying to win away from home. They were close, but just needed a little more push at the end.
Now here's Porzingis. He had 25 points last game, 6 to shoot. Nice ball movement by Washington. Kispert, no good. Here's the great. He's covered by Beal. Here's the great. Washington with the rebound. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
And, you know, those are the kind of games that sting and that bad taste lingers. Knowing you were in it, but not coming through down the stretch, those are hard to get over sometimes.
GA, he's asked to carry a big-time scoring load, but Bradley Beal makes his teammates better as well.
And that's an area, Kevin, he has really grown. And his playmaking, when the defense overcommits, you make them pay with the pass.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. Let's just call him ladder climber.
Last game for the Rockets, they picked up the win against the Hornets in Charlotte.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
And it was funny, the road arena didn't bother them at all. I mean, they locked in, focused, and executed, and got it done.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. With one game to go, let's take a look at how the final seeding will look in the East. Taking a look at Washington. It's been a rough season for them. The good news is the lottery is only a couple months away. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Beal deciding where to go with it. Porzingis sets the pick for Beal. The kick out to Wright. Just 5 on the clock. And it's out of bounds to the Wizards as Washington retains possession. And the Wizards with possession. They trail by 1. Beal can't get it to go.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Now here's Wright to the wing right side. Porzingis high post. Porzingis with a screen on Porter. Just 4 to shoot. And that one drops.
Throwing off tremendous handles right, confusing the defenders, and scoring the basketball, too.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look, punish that rim.
Boy, the guys on the bench loving every minute of that one.
Here's Wright. The Rockets making the shot. Pass to Porzingis. Puts it up from 7. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
That is room service delivery from right there. What a sweet dime to create a high percentage shot.
The Great passes to Smith. Here's the Great, guarded by Wright. The kick out to Porter. Drills it from outside. Porter's got 5 now.
The more Porter Jr. hits this, the more driving lanes will appear for him.
Outside, Porzingis. Kispert, the pass to Avdia. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Rockets have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Here's the Great, headed by Porzingis. The Great passes to Green. And another 3 for Houston.
Quick release for the rookie. Green making it look easy.
Wizards trailed by 5. 2022, Greg, a year for the Washington Wizards with some historic significance.
And it marks 25 years of the Washington Wizards name being on an NBA jersey. A cool moment for the current players who can look back on this franchise and know they're a part of history.
And it's the Rockets with the ball. Following the Porzingis miss from deep. A nice shot by Garuba.
Oh, great ball movement there.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Wright sets a screen for Beal. Back to Wright. And finished off by Wright.
And we continue to see Beal improve as a playmaker. Beautiful pass there.
Here's the Great. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Lets it go from 14. And it's Houston with another.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now here's Beal. He's coming off a 19-point game against Miami.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
During the last decade, the 2010s, Houston had loads of success. The 4th most wins in the league during that time. Unfortunately, they never got to the final.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Avdia. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Kispert. And Morris subbed in for DeLon Wright. Martin wide open. He fires. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
And that one is good from Bradley Beal. For the Rockets during the 2010s, Clark, all winning seasons.
Yeah, and you know, the biggest reason that Houston didn't reach the finals in my mind was the West was loaded. The Spurs were always a contender. OKC had a nice run. And of course, during that time, the Warriors became dynastic.
Washington with the ball. The Rockets making the shot. And Gafford throws it down.
I'll tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
Here's the Great, covered by Morris. Here's the Great. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Morris passes to Beal. Morris with a screen on Green. Beal from long range. And again, Washington with the triple.
And with a smooth, fluid release, Beal's jumper does wonders for his team's offensive positioning.
Passes to the Great. Launches it. And another three for Houston.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Beal fires from way outside. And again, Washington with the triple.
Staggering accuracy from Beal. Goes up from deep range and makes a tough shot look easy.
And so it's Houston with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Wizards DC fans. DC fans, a big round of applause.
Well, we hope you're enjoying your Easter as we are here as we get underway once again. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
Morris and Beal are the guards. Daniel Gafford is out there with Porzingis, and it's Kuzma in at the three. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. Now here's Porzingis. And Garuba pulls it down.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
Here's the Great, covered by Morris. And the basket by the Great.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Now here's Porzingis. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Yes, that goes in. Beal's got 13.
And this is Beal at his best. He's cooking with grease, and his teammates need to keep feeding him.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Wizards ownership has promised to never hit the hard reset button we saw from teams in recent years like the Sixers. But the fact remains that this is a franchise that last enjoyed a 50-win season in 1979. So for the patient, diehard fans in the DMV, it seems the wait for a true contender may take a lot longer. Kevin?
Well, time will tell, David. Thanks. Here's Morris. The Rockets making the shot. On the wing, Morris. Good. It's Beal picking up the assist. Morris has got himself on the board with three there.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Martin, the pass to the Great. Nice spin off the left rim and in. The Great's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
I love when Beal slashes to the rim like this, using that athleticism and speed so well.
Outside for Martin. Bangs home the trifecta. Martin's got the lead up to 13 now for the Rockets.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
He is delivering a lot of room service dimes tonight. One sweet one after another.
And so here is Houston. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go. And the basket by the Great.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Kuzma against Martin. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Rockets leading by 16. Picked away. And here we go. Fast break. Kuzma's got it. In the corner, it's Gafford. Back to Kuzma. He kicks to Morris. Here's the Great. Covered by Morris. And finished off by Martin.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game.
And guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
Washington with the ball, following the score by Houston. Beal, that one is good again. He's 6 straight from the floor with the basket. We know the league's cracking down on those dangerous plays that risk a player's health. Why was that less of a focus when you played?
That's a great question. I think it's smarter to approach the game this way. We don't want to have unnecessary injury because of guys maybe just taking it a little too far with the physicality.
Here's Morris. The Rockets making the shot, and he's able to get it back. It's good from long range. Kuzma's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
A reliable stretch four. In this day and age, Kuzma is very valuable because of his three-point shooting.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Houston.
They've not been passive at all on defense early on. Challenging shots, and it's resulted in a number of blocks.
Another thing they've done well is push the tempo. They're running the floor and converting on the fast break.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
Did he lay an egg at the stripe in their previous game? Couldn't get anything to drop.
Was completely out of sync on his free throws, and I'm sure that led him to some extra work at the foul line. He's been one of those players they've wanted on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys. Scoring the ball, he has been lethal and efficient. Wow.
Pass to Gafford. And there's the feed to Avdia. Porter against Kuzma. Just 5 to shoot. Hits it from 3-point range. Kuzma's got 6 points in the quarter.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Mark, let's go back to when the Rockets traded away James Harden in 2020. How has that reset gone?
I like what it looks like, Kevin. Building through the draft. I love the young talent they've been able to acquire, and they've done it with a bunch of future first-round picks in their back pocket. So they're not done. There's more to come in drafting high-quality talent.
And stolen by Cauley Stein. The great passes to Green. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Well, it's been all high percentage shot for them so far. Just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
Now here's Wright. 9 points last game. Here's the great, and that one is hammered home.
Nice to see such unselfish play from Green, putting the team ahead of himself.
Beal against Green. Beal can't get it to go. Rockets leading by 22. Here's the great. He picked up 30 points in their last win against the Hornets in Charlotte.
And don't forget about the 4 blocks. Just a big all-around game, particularly on the defensive side.
3 trifectas here in the second quarter. He is absolutely feeling it. He's got 4 total for the game.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. In a moment now to see nice 3-point percentage numbers on this list. A look at the leaderboard showing us the most accurate 3-point shooting 2 men in the league. Jalen Green on top.
He just oozes with confidence out there beyond the arc. That's where he makes his living, as he should. Given how efficient he's been from long range.
Well, we've all heard ball don't lie. Well, numbers don't lie either. He's got range that I'd put up against anybody else in the league, shooting guard or otherwise. He's an assassin.
So it's the Wizards now after the Rockets pick up 3. To stop the run, Porter pulls it in.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, they've got to be careful, because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Here's the great. The tray. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Houston in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. And with as many 3-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games. Some exciting games in store for us. Shaq, rate your level of excitement on a scale from 1 to 1,000,000.
I'm going to go with 900,000, 800,000, 750,000.
And now switching gears to our featured game, a phenomenal first half. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been one outstanding game from the great.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, he's got that locked-in look in his eyes tonight, and he's not going to start taking it easy. I think he's going to be going hard until that final whistle blows.
Taking a look at the Rockets, Porter is out there with Smith. And there's the great. Then there's Jalen Green. And it's Garuba in at the center position. Screen by Smith. Here's the great. And oh, he rips it and jams it right over Porzingis. Wow.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said.
He's one of the few players in the NBA who can pull something like that off.
And it's in there. Beal's got 21.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Outside, Green. Here's the great, guarded by Wright. Lets it go from deep. Drops in the tray. Green's got 8 points.
On a nice little roll here to start this half, connecting on their first 3 attempts.
Wright, the pass to Beal. Wright sets a screen for Beal. Now Porzingis. That's good. And so Beal with the assist. Beal's got 5 assists in the game. Here's the great. Softly drops in the floater. The great's got 49 points in the game.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Porzingis with a screen on Green. Out to Porzingis. Rockets with the rebound. The great's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. On the wing, Porter. Offensive rebound from the arc. Here's the great, guarded by Wright. Lets the 3 fly, and the 3 ball is good. He's got 11.
Sneaking out to the corner, Porter Jr. He's somebody you cannot afford to lose track of.
The pass to Porzingis. Outside, Beal. The Wizards working the ball around now. Unloads from 13. Lock at 6. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Wright. Wright's got 3 assists in the game.
And staying healthy for Porzingis has been a challenge over his career. Not uncommon for players standing well above 7 feet. And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
And here's Porzingis for a 3. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10. And in New York, even before his injuries, the front office voiced concerns about Porzingis' ability to stay healthy.
Well, the track record for players 7-2 and up, not great. And today's game demands more movement from big men than ever before.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, Kristaps Porzingis famously earned the nickname the Unicorn for his combination of size and skill. Former All-Star, injuries have held him back, but now a new team presents a new opportunity. KP says, I'm going to take my game to the next level because my body is going to be healthy, and that's it. Well, Kevin, let's hope so.
Absolutely. He has had injuries along the way, but the talent is obvious. David, thanks. Porzingis sets the pick for Beal. Here's Kispert. Offline with his 3. Houston's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the 3rd quarter. Here's the great. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
And here comes Smith, leading the fast break.
Oh, how about the vision from Smith? You have to know not just where, but when to deliver the ball.
Wright looking around. No good, unable to end this run. And it's the Rockets with the ball. Here's Porter. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
The natural scorer, Porter Jr., is superb at being able to play through contact and still finish the shot.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Well, I think they've been lethal from beyond the arc this game, no doubt about it. Hard to defend such spot-on shooting.
And they've really been able to get out in transition and produce. The defense hasn't had an answer for this up-tempo pace.
You know, over the last couple seasons, it feels like the Washington Wizards roster is in constant flux. I mean, from role players to all-stars, guys coming in and out.
And the call will go against the great. That is his first foul of the game. Tate, he's checked in for Houston.
Jae'Sean Tate.
Kuzma outside. For the screen on Martin. Shot clock at 5. Kuzma can't get it to go. For Washington, how difficult, Greg, is it to win when your roster changes, as you were just talking about? It changes so much from year to year.
It's really tough. I mean, take Spencer Dinwiddie. You know, he signs a big 3-year deal, traded 6 months later. So when things like that happen, it's so difficult to create chemistry.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Taking a look here at some of the numbers for Kevin Porter.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage, and it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Pass to the great. Kuzma brings the double team. Martin rebounded by the Wizards. Now Kuzma. He has 6. And the wide open shot from Morris. Knocks down the 3-ball. Morris has got 6.
And really, as the 3-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
And that's another 3. And if the defense is hoping that they don't heat up from out there like they did in the first half, they may be in for a real bad surprise.
2 minutes.
Into the lane.
Remaining in the third quarter. 2 minutes.
Nunn looking around. Kuzma left side. 4 on the clock. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Houston's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. There's 1:38 left to play in the third. Here's the great, and there's the drive, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Avdia, the pass to Gafford. Gafford sets the pick for Kuzma. Over Martin. Kuzma, that's good. 8 points for him.
And not relying at all on the 3-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
And it's Kuzma with the ball for Washington. To the middle. Here's Nunn. The great grabs the miss. The great's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. There's 39 seconds left to play in the third. Takes the 3. It's not going to go for him. Now the Wizards take it the other way. Now here's Nunn. He's covered closely. It's good.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Monte Morris. First
Houston shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And the word is they challenge each other, guys. I mean, each and every one of them to improve their free throw shooting in the offseason. Held each other accountable in that area. And now you see the results individually and as a whole.
Kuzma against Martin. Kuzma passes to Morris. His three-pointer's off the mark. And so it's Houston with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.